everybody, my name is Jeremy Lang and this is the Oral Communications Project. The first thing is all of my events that I do. Spend a lot of time either at events for Nationwide or events for networking, and if this is any idea of how many things I do, then it gives you a good idea. This is 1 month of events. You would think it would be a full year, but it's not. We have a lot of teleconferences this month that we're doing through work. We have blood drive going on, we have multicultural events, we have Pride coming up, we have a networking event called Growing Together. Next Thursday we have the Grand Piano Bistro. So we have a lot of things going on, and I spend a lot of time. Really, I get about 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and because I think that you learn so many things from people from all backgrounds. Very diversified community within the company, within the community, and that's what I love the most. Next, one of the things that I love doing is painting. I love painting. I've had pictures hang up all over my house. I have pictures that have been hung in the Vice President of Hubble Homes, Todd Williams' office. I have paintings that are hanging up in Hockenberg Foods over in West Des Moines to Regency Care Centers. Some of their offices have some of my art. My art, you're gonna know if it's mine. It's very modern, it's very contemporary, and it's gonna be very large. Most of my pieces are anywhere from 5 to 7 foot tall. And this is one of my smallest pieces that I've ever done, but the one that I would be able to fit in this video. And this is just kind of an idea of what I like to do on my spare time when I have time to relax outside of all of those events. The things that I hold very close to my heart is my family, of course, just like most people. That being my mom and my dad. And my family is pretty different. There was a very interesting story with my sister and I. When I was about, I think I was 12 years old, I was adopted by Eric, which is now my father, and my sisters. And when we were adopted, we were actually given both rings. And every day, you just know it because I always have my ring hanging right around my neck. And this past year for Christmas, my sister gave me a cross as well as a dog tag that says, never forget who you are and where you came from. And then my adoption date of 3/2004. So this is a picture of my sister and actually one of our good friends, Wendy, which happens to be our boss as well. And then a picture of my mom and my dad. So my story is very, very interesting. I've worked for the juvenile campus before, and it was very nice because I was able to share my story with them. Also worked for Wesley Woods as a youth counselor. Also was able to share kind of like my story and how we got to the point where we were. My sister and I were very fortunate that our father Eric came along, and that my mom was able to meet him, and we have a very tight family now. Another reason I guess that I hold my family very close is they make everything work. We kind of just, if anybody needs anything, you know that it's a matter of a phone call. You know if the phone call rings twice, you better be picking up the second time because something's really going on. And we knew that something was wrong a couple years ago, just about 2 years ago, when a tornado hit Parkersburg. Actually, my grandfather was up there, my mom's dad, and unfortunately we did lose him during that tornado. Made it through the storm, he walked right away from it, but unfortunately he had heart problems from a few years back, and we did lose him. Since then, it has always been my dream to get my degree, finish school, because I know that I was very, very passionate on that. Something that I can look back on and go, it's going to happen because of my grandfather and because of my family, is I actually bought a house this past year in Carlisle, and this is a picture of it. I've done a lot of remodeling throughout the entire house, and this is kind of just a picture of my main living room. And there's a lot of things that need to be done on this house this next year, and it's going to be very tough because my grandfather's not going to be there to help us, the grandfather from Parkersburg. Luckily enough, we still have my grandparents, Donna Marcia, that will be at the house, my uncle, Kyle, and his wife, Jess, and everybody else that's in the family. They'll be able to come, but my grandfather was a very big hands-on man. He was always there. If a grandkid needed anything, you knew that you could call him. He's going to be there. He's going to leave right away. So it is going to be pretty tough this next year, but I'm happy that I was able to purchase a house before I even turned 21. I love it. I still love it. I'm in the process of finding a roommate. We'll see if that works out. But I'm very lucky to have a family that's so supportive. And that is the end of things that I like to do, things that I'm very passionate about, being my family, being all of my events, and hopefully you learned something that you can take back to your life.